What's going on, guys? Hope I'm not too bright, because that camera lamp, and it's dark in my room, tends to do that. So yeah, let's talk about some stuff like I usually want to do. Let's have a conversation together, you and me. Let's talk about the evolution of Yu-Gi-Oh! Yes, it's a game that evolves, and many people do not like evolution. This isn't a Pokemon card game, bitch. We don't want any of those games. We don't want things to evolve. On the other side of the fence, a lot of players do want it to evolve. Why? Because it gets stale. It's like that piece of, well, not piece, it's like that bag of pretzels on the back of your bin or wherever you place your chips and shit. And you find it like 2 months later and you're like, oh, yeah, pretzels, fuck yeah. And then you eat them and you're disappointed and you spit it out. That's how some players feel about Yu-Gi-Oh! Sometimes, is they get bored. Even if new cards come out, whatever, they get bored really quick. And I agree. I think a lot of players have gone through boredom in the game. It happens. Even though for me, it's usually new cards pique my interest, or I just get a new deck usually piques my interest, or find something cool. That's what piques my interest back in the game. But then there's the other spectrum. The spectrum that think, oh wow, evolving's bad, we don't want to evolve. Usually their points are evolving as new things are gonna suck, like pendulum summon. Everybody's freaking out. They're like, the game was fine where it is, we didn't need Xyz, we needed something more basic, blah blah blah. Yo, listen, I don't want to hear about how pendulum summon's stupid anymore. It's already done now, okay? It's coming, it's going to evolve, done. But this discussion is not about pendulum summoning. No. This is about just the game evolving in general. After pendulum summoning, what's next? It's a long time from now, probably from what the cycle says, about 2 or 3 years. So, 2 to 3 years, what's next? Well, you know, I don't know. But I want to go back in time and show you why evolving's good. The game was stuck for a while. I wasn't into it, but from what I've read and seen it, and I did play back then, and the reason why I stopped playing is because everything turned into like heroes that my friends were playing. Leveled monsters didn't taken out. Armed dragons, our friends tried to play, but it didn't work out. The new fairy archetype didn't work out. And I know there's other decks, but I wasn't into competitive scene, so I didn't know what good decks were back then. But heroes just took everything. Fusions just went off, and then it just turned to hero fusions are the only things that stayed. And then no other fusion archetype ever came out till like Gem Knights and Glad Beast, and they didn't even use, Glad Beast didn't even use polymerization, so I wouldn't consider that like a fusion deck. Then Synchros came in, and it really livened up the game. Like, it changed things. It made it fun again. It made a new mechanic. A lot of decks came out in between when the first set and the last set of 5Ds. It was crazy. You haven't seen that type of stuff since, well, the game started, I'd feel. Even when the E-Hero and Fusion things were coming out, and Dark Worlds and all that, you'd never seen such a drastic change to the game. Now, Xyz were a little less of an evolution, because they were taken off Synchros in a way. Yeah, there's materials and stuff like that, but it's still kind of like, you take from your extra deck, and it's easier. And I know people could say that's what Synchros were based off of polymerization. It was, but it was more game breaking. It was a lot easier to pull off, and pretty much any deck that played a tuner could do it. Unlike any deck that plays polymerization, you can't do it. Well, that's why XYZs weren't as big, because a lot of decks, pretty much anyone can run a generic rank 4 or rank 3 or whatever rank it has to be, just like any deck back in the day that run tuner could sync up a generic synchro, like Stardust, for instance. And now Pendulum Summoning is the next big evolution in the game, kind of like what Synchro Summons did to the game. And everybody's freaking out. And I'm pretty sure everybody was freaking out for Synchro Summonings, if I could remember it from what I've read and heard about old players. And I can see why, but look what the game did. It got a lot more interesting. And yeah, it got faster, but it got interesting. And yet, another point to put out is, yeah, the game does get faster, but when two fast decks go against each other, usually they counteract each other, and it's a really long duel. And long duels are actually really fun. Like, sometimes they get a little boring, but like, an average time duel, pretty fun. But the salts, pour on some ice wound or something, or you pour salt in your hand, you put an ice cube. That's what people are feeling about pendulum summoning. That's how they're going to feel about the next thing. Even that, the next thing will probably be a lower tier mechanic to the game, whatever that may be. It might only be like a new type of monster. We don't know at this point because it's way too early. It's not even early to speculate. Like, you just can't even speculate at this point. But evolution is good. Evolution is good. That's what I'm getting at. Evolution in this game is good. Really, really good. Duelist Advent looks like a lot of cool stuff that are coming out. That's not just for pendulum summoning, it's just in general. Some cool monsters and archetypes. It's really cool to see that coming out. If you're putting on the past. You can't hold on to the past. You're hoping for something that's done to come back, and that's not going to happen. So look for something new. Pendulum summoning might not have been your cup of tea, but I don't even think in pendulum summoning in the future that I don't know if it's going to be a thing that every deck has to use. Unlike now where Synchros and Xyz are pretty much in every deck used. Not every deck, but I mean, good percent. just be open to the evolution of the game and be in for it. If you don't want the game to evolve, then you're probably not going to be really happy with the game at all ever. So you probably should just quit. But I don't condone quitting, but I mean, hey, if you want to quit, quit. Just start enjoying the game, support the evolution, and stop freak out about everything. I mean, don't be so angry. It's just all here for fun. We're all here for fun. I mean, I'm here for fun. Just be here for fun. Wow, it's getting late. But yeah, I've been ranting on enough. I just want to give some thoughts on the evolution of the game, and I thought this would be a good topic, so that's what I did. Anyways, if you liked what I had to say and you agreed with it, hey, thumbs up the button, and for all my new subscribers, once again, I'd like to say thank you, because I gained even more from before, so thank you again for subscribing. I really appreciate it, and keep on keeping on, thumbing up, comment. Oh, let me know what you think about this. Is evolving good, bad? I'm not here to start an argument with me. Like, if you're gonna start shit, I don't care. I just want to see your opinion. I like opinions. Opinions are cool. I'm all for opinions. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. I'm out. I'm done. I'm gonna go back and read some stuff and probably make another video about something else randomly. So, peace.